guys, and welcome to today's video. So today I'm doing a very exciting comparison video. This is going to be a battle of the brands, a battle of the products type video. We are going to be comparing side by side the legendary Hollywood contour wand, which PS, this will be my very first time trying this. I finally caved and went and got it during the Sephora sale. I'm very pumped about it. And I'll be comparing it to the Tarte Sculpt Tape Contour Wand. This one is brand new, and we're going to be comparing them. There is a decent price difference. This one retails for $53 and this one is $45. It's not ridiculously different. You're not going to be saving $1 million with this one, but it's definitely a price difference. And I'm also just more interested in seeing which brand did it better. This one kind of is iconic. It kind of started this whole type of product, and this one is new. So which one has really slayed and created the most beautiful, perfect contour wand? Also, I do want to compare these to the e.l.f. one. I have to get my hands on that. It has yet to come to Canada, so stay tuned for that as well. So I'm zoomed in a little bit more. Let's do Tarte on this side, Charlotte Tilbury on this side. I already applied primer and foundation. I'm a little pale, so let's revive my skin a little bit and add some color. But let's compare packaging. So these are the tubes side by side, very similar but different, design. I think if I had to take a look at them just as a whole in terms of packaging, I like the Charlotte Tilbury. It looks a little bit more high-end, but very similar. Then when you take a look at the actual wands, like if I didn't show you the other packaging, you would think these are from the exact same brand, but just a different color, would you not? They are pretty much identical. I would bet money that these were manufactured by the same company, identical. I think they really are the same packaging. I would say that maybe the Charlotte Tilbury looks a little more perfected. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that. Come on, stop focusing on me. Do you see how the Tarte just doesn't look maybe quite as perfectly rounded? So I don't know if that's a little bit different. They feel pretty much the same, nothing very comparable. They have the exact same twisty, secure, feature. So this is what they look like when they're both squeezed out. They look pretty much identical, do they not? Let's see what they look like on the skin on my hand here. Okay, so we're seeing our first difference in that shade. It looks like the bottom one here is the Charlotte Tilbury. Oops, let's put these down before I make a mess. The bottom one here is the Charlotte Tilbury. It looks a little bit darker in pigmentation, but the Tarte one looks a little bit maybe cool, maybe not cooler tone, just lighter in shade. It almost looks like it maybe is going to have a bit more of a radiant dewy finish, whereas the Charlotte Tilbury looks like dewy right now, but it looks like it's going to set down matte. But let's see what it actually looks like. Let's go in with the Charlotte Tilbury. I'm going to squeeze a little more product. I will note that people have complained that this is like half air, and it does feel like there's barely any product in here already. I will say for the price, you would expect maybe it to feel a little fuller, and I don't know how much. So I'm gonna do the whole dot method and a stripe down the nose. So that is the Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, I am going to use my sponge because I am a huge sponge girl, but you could use a brush. Okay, it's pretty warm toned, and it's not as pigmented as it looks a little intimidating when you put it on the skin, but it is blending out really nicely, and it's like shearing out but still holding up its color. I definitely can see the appeal. I will note though, I feel like my foundation, the coverage underneath has maybe lost some of the coverage. I feel like the gel consistency maybe in like my blending over top kind of made me lose a little coverage. I'm gonna apply a little more to really give me that nice contour. I like the product for sure, but I don't like that it did that. But it doesn't like make me not want to use it again. It's definitely beautiful, and I can see why people really like it. Keep in mind I have not put concealer on, so this will kind of look a little cleaner when that happens. Let's go in with the Tarte. So as you can see, the Tarte one is actually, sorry, I added a dot, so you probably can't see, but I don't know if you guys can see, the Tarte one's a little more pigmented, not significantly, but a little bit, and I actually really, really like the Tarte one. I do like the Charlotte Tilbury, and maybe if you want something really, really natural, then get the Charlotte Tilbury one, but for the fact that the Tarte one is cheaper, it didn't lift my foundation at all, and it's a little more pigmented, so you actually have to use less product. I think I like the Tarte one better so far. I mean, I've got them pretty even now, but I did put a little more of the Charlotte Tilbury, and I didn't notice any lifting of coverage, whereas, as I said, on the Charlotte Tilbury side, I did. So I'm very surprised to say I think I like the Tarte one more as of right now. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my makeup, and I will show you guys the finished look. Hey, editing Caitlin here. Excuse my mom appearance. No makeup, messy hair, the whole shebang. I am editing this video that you just saw right now and realized that I never finished it. I actually went to a concert that day and had planned to kind of do a little wear test, but I didn't. I will say that both of them held up really, really well. The color lasted all day, especially when you set it down. So I did really like the wear of both products. I did note in the video I liked the Tarte better in terms of the way it held up on the skin, pigmentation wise. I did want to kind of share that through looking through my TikTok the other day. I saw someone using the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood contour wand, and they did say you had to use a brush or else it kind of, the pigmentation kind of fades away. So I will pass that little piece of advice if you have the product already, or if you are interested in getting it. I will say that a lot of people have had really good experience with using a brush. So I have not tried that yet, but I will say that I've heard many people say that now, of course, after I've recorded the video. So yeah, I will say that maybe use a brush if you're looking for more pigmentation. I definitely will try that out. That being said, though, I do like the versatility of a product when you can use whatever tool you prefer. So I will say for the price, I do wish it kind of held up its pigmentation with the sponge a little better. And so I do kind of stand by the fact that I like the Tarte one a little better. Both of them had a very similar finish on the skin. Both of them had a very similar shade. Both of them had a very similar consistency and formula. So realistically, the fact that the Tarte one's cheaper, the fact that the Tarte one, you were able to use a sponge and it still, you know, didn't affect the makeup underneath and held up the pigmentation, I think, on board with the Tarte. Not to say the Charlotte Tilbury isn't absolutely stunning and beautiful. I see every ounce of, you know, appeal it's getting, but I do think I prefer the Tarte. So that's my final opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a wonderful day, guys.